Hi, I'm Kathy, growing over here in Glory's garden. Welcome.
Hi guys, we're out here in the garden. And come to show you how I got stuff covered up out here. I got a couple of tree covers. They are humongous. I got large and they are huge. So I just started draping them over the towers. This is the citrus orchid right here, the lemon and the ruby red, and the the terracotta tower in between. I got those covered. I didn't cover everything, but I got most stuff covered. That's another tree cover right here over two of the towers. I got it covered. I just unzipped it all the way and opened it out like a big sheet. And that's what I'm using to cover. It's dark out here because it is quite nighttime. I just got off from work. Me and my husband came out here to just try to cover what we could. I covered things down here with a sheet. I just draped the sheet over it because it is supposed to get quite cold here. It's supposed to reach freezing temps. Let me get the light to come on down here. Yeah, there we are. So, and I did come down here and drape covers over there. I didn't do lilac. So if we lose some stuff, we may lose some stuff, but it'll be all right because I covered up enough to make sure we still could have things, still be able to harvest some food. I got these covered up. This is covered. I just draped over things. Didn't do that one. So it's kind of unprepared. I knew it was going to be getting cold, but with this time changing and my shift change, when I go to work, it's dark. When I go to work, it's dark. When I come home, it's dark. I have my work hat on. I have it turned around backwards so the logo won't show. But it's quite cold, and this is our gear that we wear at work. When it starts to get cold, you have your fleece jacket, you have your hat. So I don't have an emblem on my jacket, but I have one on my shirt. So we all buttoned up. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to come and show you all what we're doing with our food. And I'll get back with y'all in the morning so we could see what survived the night. I did cover that up. I didn't cover up the big bed back there. Some of this stuff is going to have to know how to fight. So hopefully everything will be okay. Y'all, I got those covers from Amazon. It said large, and I was thinking, oh, with a peach tree and all that's going to be large, I'm going to need to cover it up. But they are actually humongous. So I have them covering more than one thing. But it is cold out here. My hands are cold, so I'm going back in the house. And we'll check in the morning to see what survived the freeze tonight.
Hey, guys, I'm back out here in the garden again. It is the next day. And I'm out here to check to see what survived the freeze last night. So come go with me. I showed you how I covered up everything. I'll show you again how we covered up everything. That one blew off. I had that one on the lemon tree. That it was on earlier when I came out. Well, when I looked out the window, it was on earlier. But everything else seemed like it stayed covered. I just simply draped sheets across the plants. I didn't pin anything down. It was dark when I got out here because it was dark when I got off from work. A lot of things I didn't cover. The sun is out. So everything is draped still. And we're going to start on the far end of the garden down here by the quail coop. And we're going to see how everything turned out. Where the plants could get the sunshine that they need. Hope we don't have no surprises. Ain't nothing else try to come up under here and stay warm. Ooh. And I'm glad nothing didn't kind of break off because I just laid it on there and it was being held up by this top. That's it. Guys, I'm going to show you something. Now, the last time I was out here, I planted in these two barrels, these two little whiskey barrel pots. Let me show you what the things have come and done. Hold on. Something has came and eaten it down. Took everything off of it. These aren't the leaves from that. These are the leaves from the trees around it. But something's came and taken it all the way down. That was a full new seedling. It was very fluffy. If I could find a picture of it, I'll put it in here so you can see it. That's if I could find it. And something is working on this one too. But I have this one covered. I put one of the pop-up tents over the 3-pocket grow bag. I covered that one up. When I put something else in here, and I do have more seedlings that could go in here, I'm going to do the same thing. I have another pop-up tent. But I'm just walking through, going to be pulling these things off, and I'm going to set you guys up where you can see me. I'm going to let you see this, these tree covers that I got. They're humongous, guys. Hold on. Yeah, that is big. That is so big. It's supposed to stand up over a tree and you can zip it up. And it covers the tree and it has a draw screen. I didn't use it for that. I didn't use it on the tree. I just used it to cover a couple of the green stalk towers and a couple of the grow bags here. But it is so big. When they said large, I wasn't thinking, oh, this large. But I thought it'd be cheaper than buying the covers for the green stalk. So that's why I chose these. And they're pretty thick. These are the frost covers that Amazon sell. I don't forgot how much I paid for them because I had them a while. I started buying them back in the summer because I knew we had snow last year. So I kind of wanted to be prepared. So I bought stuff up ahead of time. It's very windy out here. Just want to make sure y'all can stand. And this cover is nice and thick. So I am taking it off because it is some sunshine. It is still windy here. It is still cool here. It's not as cold as it was last night. Last night it got down into the low 30s. And the feel like temp was 20 degrees. So I just said, let me cover up what I can. It was late when I got off. So we had 2 nights of very low freezing like temps. So now this is massive. This is big. I did not think it'd be this big. And it came 2 in a pack. And I bought 2 packs. So I bought 2 packs of the large, and then I bought 1 of the, I think 2 of the, what I thought would be small, but now that I see the large, I'm not sure what small is gonna look like. And I'm just gonna zip this back up, and I'm gonna try to fold it. But I just wanted to be prepared. I didn't want it to be like it was last year when it snowed. You know, I had to figure out something because we wasn't used to getting snow here. You know, we don't get snow down here in Georgia, Zone 9B. Last time we had snow was back in 1991 or either 89, somewhere up in there. When my boy was a child, you know, that's how I kind of keep up with how long ago it was. And since then we had snow, but everywhere got snow. All the surrounding counties got snow, but not in my area. People who lived here, they drove to some of the nearby places that had snow, which was like 30 or 40 minutes away. I mean, it literally snowed everywhere but here. All the surrounding counties had snow. So I got it zipped back up. As you can see, this is humongous. And I don't know if y'all get a good picture of how big it is. But this is almost like it's meant to cover a big tree out in your yard that's growing in ground. But I used it to cover like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I used it to cover 5 things last night. And I'm just going to fold it up and, you know, put it away. Pull it back out when I need it. I'm not going to put it back in the pack that it came out of because, honey, I know good and well I can't get this thing back in that little plastic bag. It wasn't a bag that you save anyway, so I didn't save it. I will insert a picture of this just in case you all need it for people who have, fruit trees that are really growing and you don't have a greenhouse to put them in. Like I have a couple of greenhouses, but mine are small because I'm a small container gardener growing on the patio out in my backyard. So I don't have a lot of places. I do have a shed, but all these things, some of the stuff that I had when it got cold last year, I put it in there, but this garden has really grown. So that, one or two things may fit into the shed, but nowhere near what I have out here that may need protecting if it gets cold, drops below 30 again, or if we get some snow or something. So I bought these during the summer because I wanted to be prepared, and I just stored them. Till I needed them. So I was like, okay, it's pretty cold. It's going to be down in the low 30s. Feel like temp's going to be 20, I didn't come out here and cover everything. I didn't cover everything because it was dark when I got off and it was already cold. The wind was blowing and that made it even more cold. I made sure that my quail was secure and was taken care of. And the main thing I did for the quail, I don't know if you can see, but I just propped a board in front of some of the opening of it, just so the wind couldn't just flow through there. But when I came out, they was all sitting at the opening. Oh, the wind just moves you. Oh no, the camera is following me. Sorry. I have that little button thing on and it's following me for whatever reason. I'm gonna turn that off. Because it's rocking. It's already windy out here. But I'm going to go ahead on and move the board from in front of the quail so they could get some of the sunshine. The sun is shining on them. And just so the wind couldn't knock the board down, we put two boards in front of it to kind of hold it in place. But this is some of the boards that was left over that we used to build their coop with. And anytime I have something done on my property and if it's pieces left, I always keep it. Any material that be left, I keep it because it's mine anyway. I be done paid for it. So we got them where they could get their sunlight. They love to sit there in the opening of the coop because the sun shines right there and they like to sunbathe, I guess. All right, we're going to continue with taking the sheets off of these other things, seeing what survived. I definitely covered up my papaya. And then I covered the green stalk next to it. This is just simply an old sheet. I was hoping that the kale was okay, that I didn't tear it up too bad by just letting the sheet lay on it. The guava is looking good. Man, this guava is so big, and it's bigger than my lemon. And I just kept these from the last summer. I laid them out after the snow and stuff, laid them out, let them dry. And then I just folded them and put them away. I have a little storage bin out here where I keep stuff. I'm seeing a bee is here. Bees are still out here because the what people call the plum quat, I call it Japanese plums. Their flowers and stuff are on them, and that tree is full of bees. They're getting their little fruits, getting their little fruit on them now. Yeah, don't talk about how I'm folding this sheet, honey. Nobody finna see this. This is going right in a little storage thing. But the papayas look great. Things look like they survived the cold. Lost a lot of leaves off of this peach tree right here, which is fine. Taking the sheet off these towers. They had already got one night of low temperatures You know, where it was dropping in the low 30s. I didn't want to take a chance. I didn't know how much more they could take, but some of them I said they got to learn how to fight. So, because one of the raised beds I didn't cover at all. I think today in another video I'm going to be pulling that tomato plant. I'm going to show you another way that I'm using some other pop-up tents to cover if it gets cold and freezing again. I'm going to go ahead on and prepare those. So when it's, you know, just low temperatures, I could just come out here and sit the pop-up tents over it. Those are made out of plastic, but you know, they got to be put together so they could pop up. Me and my husband came out here real quick last night and did this. Hold on, my daughter Olivia is calling me. Okay, she hung up. Now she knows I'm outside, so she knows I'm in the garden. 9 times out of 10, if I'm out here, I'm making some kind of video. These are some old sheets that were my mom's. I don't use them. So I use them in the garden. So that looks good. Those mustard greens look real good. I don't know if y'all can see them. Drop you down some so you can see how those look. They look real good. So they made it. Now they was covered. They should have made it. But they did get 1 day of low freezing temps. So the ginger is doing good. This is my ginger right here. Y'all can't see it though. Let me stop pointing to it because it's not on the camera. You can't see it. These blue collards are growing well over here in this bed that I have over here. So that's oh, I gotta go down there and get those off. I covered the citrus. I didn't know how citrus would do. I didn't have citrus when it snowed last time. I didn't get those until this spring. So I wasn't sure how the citrus would do. Let's go on down here. I'm telling you, those little worms, honey, I'm hoping the cold stopped them. Some of the things I didn't cover. A lot of them, they had a lot of worm damage. I didn't cover them because I was hoping it freeze the worms off. I wasn't trying to make. One of the things right here is blown off. The one that I had on the lemon tree. Hope it didn't break anything. You know, break off a plant or anything like that. And this just happened because I had just looked out the window before I came out. By the time I walked back, it was already off. I'm gonna do this one the same way. Zip it back up. It does have drawstrings on the end and a little piece where you can make it tight. I took those off and I'll thread them back through if I feel like I need them, but you can just draw the string and just tie it. It'll the same concept. But see, these things are huge, which I'm glad because I could use them over, you know, this will cover a raised bed because it opens completely up and you can lay it flat. It opens completely up. So I can use it to cover a raised bed if I need to. But I mainly brought it for all my little trees because I didn't want to take any chances with those getting messed up. Yeah, the wind is starting to pick up. It's still cool here. It's much warmer than it's 55. The high today where I'm at is 65. I'm sorry, the thing is just turning on its own. Let me see if I can stop this thing. Yeah, okay. I had it on where it's supposed to follow my motion, but it doesn't work that great to me, so I just move it with my hand. I think I need to play with it a little more or whatever, but right now I don't have time for that. Okay, I just want to get it folded some kind of way because I'm going to put everything back in that little storage bin. Okay, I don't like the way this one's folded, so I kind of get this some kind of order. Because it's a lot of stuff in that bin, so these have to be able to fit in there. So it seemed like everything survived the little cold frost we had last night, the little freeze we had last night. Everything seemed to have survived, and I'm glad about that. I'm not going to make y'all watch me fold these things up, but because I'm going to take my time and fold it so it'll be halfway neat and I could get it in that storage bin without a problem. All right, I'll see you guys on tomorrow. All right, guys, that's it. That's the end of this video. I'll see you guys tomorrow over here in Glory's garden. Bye-bye now.